Hey guys, thanks for joining me here at Major Arcanum. I've already pre-shuffled the cards so that we can get started right away, and this will be a personal reading or near personal reading for the collective all zodiac signs. And we're going to do first the desires and fears spread, and then we'll pull a card from the Morgan Greer deck for the tarot reading. You'll have an opportunity to ask a question about how to move forward in a certain situation, and then the final message will pull an oracle message from the universe has your back. So one more card. Here we go. For the desires and fears, first we have the Two of Swords. And this is what your desire is. This is an invitation. So it looks like you're waiting for somebody to come toward you, or not just a person. This isn't just restricted to a love reading. This could be an invitation to come interview if you're job searching, or of course an invitation for maybe a date if you're starting to go that route, or it just could be that you are waiting for somebody to come toward and communicate with you, right? Swords do represent communication, and so this card is representing you wanting to hear from somebody, or maybe either a love interest or a company, or maybe you're waiting to hear something about some kind of partnership. So it does look like you are waiting for some kind of communication. The Four of Swords in this deck, this is kind of a playful kind of card. And this is fear. This is in the fear position. So it looks like you might be fearing that somebody is just leading you on, or, you're not really hearing from anybody. So are they just kind of giving you breadcrumbs enough to keep you interested, but not enough to make you feel fulfilled in any kind of way? So this is kind of like you're fearing that somebody is just leading you on, kind of just playing with your emotions, not really giving you anything serious or anything to represent a solid partnership or union. So in the lessons here, the Ace of Cups, this card represents ecstasy. So being happy, it's kind of like being happy with the invitation that comes your way, whether it comes or not, and being happy with the lessons that you do learn from. If somebody is playing with your emotions, just kind of like putting that in a lessons learned basket or file to save for another time, so that you don't get fooled by that again. So it's kind of like being grateful and being happy with even the bad things that happen or don't happen, because now you can consider it a lesson learned. So let's pull the cards from the Morgan Greer deck and see what the current energies are. All right. Oh. Okay. Okay. All right. Current energy. Oh, the Star card. Crossed by 9 of Wands. 3 of Wands is grounding you. Hanged Man is crowning you. 4 of Cups. The Empress card is in the immediate future. Nice. The Sun card is your current energy. 9 of Cups. The Magician. And 5 of Wands. How nice. Okay, so all right, current energy is the Star card. And this card is representing enlightenment, right? So it actually is like lessons learned, and how that's my pup. How you can apply those lessons learned to your current situation, so that you don't become disappointed with whatever occurs next. I feel like this card is just representing you having learned some lessons and really not getting mad at anything, being very unbothered by what unfolds. So the 9 of Wands is what's crossing you, and this is somebody who is kind of on guard, right? This is somebody who I feel like if we were to zoom out, that this would show somebody pacing in front of this wooden fence, right? So somebody who's on guard, ready to defend and ready to protect. So I feel like this is somebody who, and this is in the crossing position. So I feel like this might be blocking your path to enlightenment, your path to being unbothered, because currently I feel like you're bothered by something. What's grounding you is the Three of Wands, and this card represents, you've just made a choice, you've just made a decision, and now you're ready to start implementing some changes. And so this is you moving forward in a certain direction. And I feel like this is what's motivating you, that you are just ready for some kind of changes to occur. All right, so the Four of Cups in the recent past. This is feeling a little bit disconnected. I feel like you might be on guard right now because you're kind of thinking the worst of a situation. So this Four of Cups is representing you having been disconnected. You're not hearing from somebody. They're maybe busy with work and you're wondering, why aren't they making you a priority, right? Or why haven't they messaged you to give you a status? And you'd be okay if they just gave you the status, but that hasn't come yet. And so I feel like the more time that passes without any information, without even an email that says, I'm working on this, or text message that says, I haven't forgotten about this, or I haven't forgotten about you. I'm working on that. Let me just finish up this one thing. And so I feel like the longer you wait with no update, with no status, with no message or no communication, it's making you feel very angry, or I won't say angry, but kind of a little bit hostile, like you're ready to defend why you're so upset. But the moment that message comes in, you're going to see what their position was, why you're going to understand why they took so long. It could be like, oh, well, I apologize for the delay in messaging you, but, I had this family emergency, or I lost my phone and I had to get a new one replaced, or whatever the situation is. I feel like you're going to be very understanding of the reason why the communication was delayed. In the meantime, because you're not getting anything, it's making you very upset. So the Empress card is in the immediate future. You're going to hear this message. You're going to get this communication finally, and it's going to make you feel really good. It's exactly what you thought it was going to be. It's almost like you can predict what the outcome is. And I feel like you're feeling very good about the situation as a whole. Although the communication or the messages came late and were delayed and had you a little bit ruffled, when it does come in, it's going to give you a sense of peace and calm to wash over you. It's going to give you that warm and fuzzy feeling. This is your energy. This is the Sun card. And the Sun card is just something very warm, and you're very content with the situation as it is. And I feel like you're going to be happy once you finally do get this communication, whatever it is. I feel as if you are just happy to receive any communication, but it just happens to be that whatever communication you are getting is going to be some good news. So here's more energy about feeling satisfied, and this is the Nine of Cups. And not just satisfied, but a very, again, more content kind of energy. Like you do have that warm and fuzzy feeling, even like heat and passion. See how this person's face is turning red, almost like they're embarrassed by their outburst because it all worked out. So the Magician card is in the hopes and fears position, and this card represents kind of like harnessing your power, almost as the Empress does, right? Knowing your value, knowing your worth, really putting the skills and the tools that you have, putting that to work so that it benefits you. So this is like harnessing your power from within, right? Because this person is in with is within closed walls. And so I do kind of feel like you're able to use the tools that you have available to you internally and really harnessing that power that you have to make things happen. So the Five of Wands is the outcome. And I feel like this Five of Wands is like it was a conflict. I feel like more than anything, it was an internal conflict with yourself because you were not happy at being what you felt or what you considered to be neglected. But it actually had nothing to do with, somebody avoiding you. It just had to do with some external situation that prevented this person or this business or whatever from contacting you. It was some external situation that affected communication. But once they were able to get to you, you liked what you heard. So that's what's going on for you. That invitation or that communication, you finally did get it and now you're happy. So all is right with the world. Now I'm going to give you an opportunity to ask the question on how you should move forward in whatever situation, whether it's related to love or business or whatever it is. We're going to separate these cards into the planets, the zodiac signs, and the elements so that we can talk about what your motivation is, how you should move forward, and what kind of energy you should put into the situation. So let's see. Giving you a chance to formulate your question. All right. So we have Mercury. Communication again. Nice. Let's see. How you should move forward, Sagittarius, and what kind of energy you should put into the situation that you're asking about. Water. Okay. So in the question that you're asking about, your motivation appears to be communication, right? That you're waiting for communication. And I feel like that's been a repeating message here in all the spreads so far today. So I feel like Mercury is that energy about wanting to communicate, wanting communication to come your way. And so that's what your motivation for asking this question that you have on your mind. Sagittarius, this is how you should move forward. So Sagittarius is this is the I perceive card. And so it's kind of like being able to look at different scenarios or the environment, some environmental scanning, and see what's going on that might be prohibiting this communication from coming toward you. So maybe it's an issue with your phone, and maybe you weren't getting the messages because you just had to reset for a moment, or maybe somebody had the wrong email address for you, or was off by one digit on your telephone number, or whatever the situation is. Just being able to see different points of view, different scenarios, so that you don't take this silence or how you're feeling neglected, so you're not taking it personal. So just being able to perceive different points of view. So also Sagittarius is energy about being very optimistic, and I feel like just kind of believing that that things are going to happen the way they're supposed to happen, and whatever comes your way is going to benefit you. And so I feel like one thing I would caution is to not be so shallow and really not and what I mean is think more deeply about what could be stalling this communication. You know that you've done everything you're supposed to do. You know you've done everything right. So it couldn't possibly be an issue with you, but it could very possibly be an issue with technology, or it could very possibly be an issue with somebody else's capacity for time management, or whatever the situation. I just feel like just be a little bit more compassionate. And so I feel like this energy is the water energy, and this is kind of being more sensitive to what others might be going through, or what might be getting in their way of contacting you. And so, also, I just kind of feel like there is communication coming your way. Just be considerate about why it might have been stalled or delayed for whatever reason. It's not a personal attack against you. It's some external factor that is kind of delaying it a little bit. So let's see. But it is coming. Rest assured, it's coming. Let's pull a message from the final message from The Universe Has Your Back. Let's see what that message is. Okay. The more energy and intention I bring to my faith, the more fearless and free I am. So I wish you so much luck in your situation. Thank you for being here with me, and take care. Bye.